let's take a look at a few more items. I'm going to go on my notepad, choose the app, and then I'll start my web page, HTML, and I'll go ahead and end my web page. It doesn't hurt that when you actually start a tag to go ahead and close it off, so you don't forget to do it later on. And then I'm gonna do my body, and then close the body. Extra lines don't hurt anything, so that line below the body and before the closing HTML doesn't hurt anything. And if I put hello world, we looked at this before. Now if I do a file save as, and the text documents, I'm going to change to all files, and I'll call this title and comments .html or .htm, or you could put .html. Now notice I put underscores to separate the words. Do not use spaces. Even if some operating systems allow it, it's just good practice to never have spaces in there. And then I'll click save. Okay, now if I bring up my window, and I'm already in that folder, but if I wasn't, I'd click the C:, and then I'd click whatever folder I created. And see titles and comments there, and I can right click on it and open with different items, or just double click it, and I'll open up here. Now it says hello world, nothing exciting, but then that's all I see. Well, let's go modify that. So I'm gonna come over here, and after our HTML but before our body, then we're gonna put our header section. And I'll end the header section. And here I want to do a title. And I'll say my web page. And then close that title. Again, extra spaces don't hurt anything, but if you want to get rid of them, you can. Maybe you want to use extra spacing to separate the sections. Not that there's a whole lot of sections. We got head and we got our body. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and save that. So do a file, save. That's very important. And I'll come back to my web browser and I'll click this refresh. It says F5. And now you notice in the tab it actually says my web page. So that's what happens when you put a title on there. Now it handles it differently depending upon the browser. So if I go back to my window here and I right click on that, and I say open with Google Chrome, you see my web page, and this one is again just the tab. I don't know what IE would be with the new version. They may all be tabs at this point. So I'll say open with Internet Explorer, and okay, it's on tab again. Now, not every browser may have tabs across here, so it may just be the title on the window at the very top. So that's why I say it'll depend upon your browser. I wouldn't make a blank statement saying it'll always be the tab name, but it's mainly the title that appear at the very top. Okay, now let's go back to our web page, and let's say I want to put some comments in on this. Now, what I mean by comments is this will document what the web page is doing, or maybe if there's a particular bit of code that people I figure will have trouble understanding, this you can document it in this manner. Okay, so we're going to have a beginning or less than, so our beginning tag, and then we'll have our exclamation, dash dash, and this is an example using title and comments, and then we'll end with a dash dash and then closing. Okay, so let me save that, and now if I come over here and refresh this, so fast I didn't even see it refresh. You don't see any change at all. It shouldn't. This comment is purely for the person who's designing the web page to see. It isn't for the person that's viewing it through a browser. So you can put multiple comments in there. Most of the time people don't put comments, but occasionally you may find it necessary. When I say most times, it's because most people don't sit there and hand code these. You got different applications that'll create the web page for you and then give you the HTML file. So that's why the documenting like this doesn't occur a whole lot. And having the title though, that you'll see in a lot of places. But that's how to code titles and comments in your HTML.